Hello everyone, and welcome to today's exploration. Today, I want to dive into a profound topic with you: how ancient wisdom and modern physics point to the same truth, a reality that transcends this world of appearances. From Lao Tzu's concept of wu-wei, to Buddha's teaching on letting go, to Einstein's theory of relativity, these seemingly different systems of thought are actually telling us the same thing. The world we think we know may not be real at all. Let's begin with the ancient sages. When Lao Tzu spoke of wu-wei, often translated as non-action, this wasn't about passive withdrawal. This was coming from the highest level of awareness. When Lao Tzu taught wu-wei, he was essentially saying, let go of the entire world. Let go of the desire to accomplish anything within this illusory world. This aligns perfectly with Buddha's teaching on letting go. Buddha said, aversion is attachment, meaning that as long as you take this world to be real, whether you love it or hate it, you're still caught in attachment. True letting go means releasing our belief in the reality of the entire world. These ancient wisdom keepers had already seen through a fundamental truth. This world itself is an illusion. As A Course in Miracles states, the world is the outside picture of an inward condition. What I see reflects my thoughts. When we truly let go of our attachment to this world, we paradoxically become able to act on another level entirely. This is the deeper meaning behind Lao Tzu's saying, the sage does nothing, yet nothing is left undone. Now let's jump to the 20th century and see how Einstein used science to prove the same truth. Einstein's relativity completely overturned human common sense and declared the collapse of the Newtonian worldview. What's most fascinating is that Einstein said almost all of his theoretical models came to him through something like meditation. He would imagine himself as a beam of light and simulate light's behavior. This reminds us of Tesla, who claimed he completed all his prototype designs on another plane of existence. What does this tell us? True insight doesn't come from external observation, but from inner intuition and awareness. A Course in Miracles tells us, knowledge is not learned, it is simply there, and you recognize it. Einstein later concluded, space, time, and matter are all illusions of human perception. This aligns perfectly with the core teaching of A Course in Miracles. Time is an illusion. The past is gone, the future is not yet here. Only this present moment is real. Relativity shows us something astounding. From different frames of reference, the same event appears completely different. Imagine an astronaut traveling at light speed to the depths of space and back to Earth. For the astronaut, this journey happens instantaneously. But for people on Earth, a very long time passes. The astronaut's future is the Earth dweller's present. The astronaut's present is the Earth dweller's future. This example profoundly demonstrates that what we observe with our physical eyes varies from person to person. And truth that varies from person to person isn't truth at all, because truth must be singular and eternally unchanging. A Course in Miracles gives us clear guidance here. Nothing you see with the body's eyes is real. True vision comes from the mind's eye, from the guidance of the Holy Spirit. Even in our daily lives, this time lag is everywhere. When you look at stars in the night sky, you're actually seeing them as they were millions of years ago. When you look at another person, because light takes time to travel, you're seeing them in their past state. These physical level errors may seem tiny, but if we understand what systematic error means, we know that even the smallest error, if left uncorrected, becomes quite significant over time. More importantly, there's the interpretive error we make in our minds after seeing these people and things. This is the real point. This error is what A Course in Miracles refers to as the difference between the ego and Holy Spirit thought systems. A Constant in Miracles clearly tells us the ego always seeks in the past or future, while the Holy Spirit exists only in this present moment. The ego interprets everything through fear, while the Holy Spirit transforms everything through love. I mention these physical level errors to teach our minds a lesson. Our perception is always outdated, and it has no ability to grasp truth. The body and its physical judgments should only be used to maintain those basic functions we need as normal human beings. In his later years, Einstein sought a unified field theory that could explain the entire universe with one comprehensive theory. Though he never achieved this goal in his lifetime, science later developed string theory to explain the four fundamental forces that constitute the universe. However, it's actually impossible to find an absolutely unified theory of this universe, because the universe's essence is duality. It's the product of separated thinking. Even if science becomes advanced enough to explain everything that happened in the second before the Big Bang, as long as we don't transcend the limitations of time and space, we cannot break through to understand the singularity that produced the Big Bang. Why? Because before that singularity, time, space, and all particles didn't exist. We cannot use things that were produced later to understand their source. As A Course in Miracles says, the effect cannot know the cause, because the effect is only a projection of the cause. Whether it's electromagnetic force, gravity, or strong and weak nuclear forces, these are merely the invisible strings manipulating the puppet of the universe. Our purpose isn't to study how these strings operate, but to see the hands behind them that pull these strings. Studying the mysteries of how the universe operates is less important than understanding what factors led to the universe's formation in the first place. Science can interpret everything after the Big Bang, but it cannot explain why that singularity, which was nothing yet contained everything, suddenly decided to explode. And this is precisely where A Course in Miracles seeks to lead us back, to that oneness consciousness that transcends all duality, that transcends the limitations of time and space. This is our true home. Einstein's thinking had reached the threshold that might transcend that singularity. But the consciousness levels of Lao Tzu, Buddha, and Jesus, along with the teachings of A Course in Miracles, had already transcended that threshold and reached another level of doing. This doing is helping all our brothers and sisters who seem lost in this world of illusions to return together to our true home, that eternal realm of love and peace. Thank you for listening. May we all support each other on this path of awakening as we journey forward together. If you liked what you heard, hit that subscribe button and smash the like button. Catch you next time.